Hey guys, welcome to a fresh new episode. And it's another Sunday and it's another episode coming in. So, today we are not going to talk about, we are obviously going to talk about a book, but this one is slightly different from what we do. I have already started a lot of series on this YouTube channel. Like firstly we went with Dan Brown's series. We also went with a lot of series. I think Dan Brown series, we had a mythological series as well. This one is the Clifton Chronicles by Jeffrey Archer. Now Jeffrey Archer, you must be knowing him, maybe knowing him. So, like Jeffrey Archer had written a book called Cain and Abel back in 1980s, and since then he has written a series of books, series of novels. But this one is quite recently, like 10 years back. He wrote Only Time Will Tell, and this comes under the Clifton Chronicles, and this has 7 books in it as a whole series. This is the first book of the whole series. I'm not planning to make videos on this particular series every Sunday. We'll do it casually, like maybe in 3 weeks, once in 3 weeks, or once in 4 weeks, because right now I do not have all the 7 books. I haven't read all the 7 books. I've just read, like, I'm reading the third one right now, so I'm quite far away from seventh book. So Jeffrey Archer, Only Time Will Tell. This was released in 2011, and what I feel, this book is quite different from what Jeffrey Archer writes. This is historical fiction, and I loved it. That's why I think that is what motivated me to get the second book of this series and also read the third book of the series. Historical fiction is, this story is like basically based in the times of the Second World War when Hitler was coming in. So there's a boy called Harry Clifton. So he discovers that his father is no more, and he died in a war. But there's something over the course of 20 years, he discovers an awful truth that he was told, and that awful truth is what is defined in this book, in the first book of the whole series. So it's spread over a course of 20 years, and there are many characters in this book. Now, what makes this book different from other books is the way he has written it, and the way it has been progressed. The story progresses. So it's not like there are different chapters. Of course, there are different chapters, but those chapters are divided into sections. Now, like first section is given to Harry Clifton, who is the protagonist of the story. Now, in the first section, there are 20 or 25 chapters dedicated to one particular character, which starts from a particular year and ends at a particular year. So in the first section, Harry Clifton is the main protagonist, and he being the central character, all the other characters revolve around him. So it's basically his story being discussed, and that's how the story progresses. And after that, all the characters at the end match and come into one particular story. And then again, at the end, you will get a particular ending to the story, but there will be some kind of hint which would be dropped, and that hint actually is then more classified and more defined in the second book of the series. So it will, you'll get the craving to read the second book after reading the first book. But if you don't want to, still you would be satisfied with the story the way it ends. So this is how it is. And it's for casual reading. Of course, it's a fiction book, fictitious book, and 440 pages, 450 pages, not very long. If you go for a hardcover book, the number of pages will reduce. Eventually it will come down to 250 or 300. So that's how good it is, and I hope you will read this book. The link is in the description box below, and we will meet next Sunday, probably, or most probably, with the second book of the series, or maybe some other book. So till then, bye bye.